Hello, hello.
Hello, Crystal. How are
How are
you
you?
today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
We're here for another topic Tuesday. Yeah.
Yes, it's Tuesday again. Welcome, everyone.
Yes, welcome everyone to another topic Tuesday. My name is Crystal Johnson and I'm the mental health clinician with the Family Life Commission, and we also have
Therese Ackley Crosby. And I'm the Senior Program Officer with the Family Life Commission as well.
right.
So,
So let's
welcome back, Crystal.
yeah.
I missed you last week. We had
Yes.
another team member taking your place.
Yes, we had Pauline, which
Yeah.
was a wonderful talk, by the way, about her the competition and the chastity
Yeah.
project as well. So that's something you guys could look forward to. That's happening. So you guys keep posted as we continue to, I believe it's August. Pauline, correct me if I'm wrong.
The
I
end of
believe it's
August.
August.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
But
they come.
submissions have to be in before the end of July.
Right. So
So,
you guys definitely keep posted on that. That's exciting stuff happening. And I heard of a wonderful prize to be won in that regards as well with that competition. I
can't
wish I could
forget.
partake.
We too old, Crystal. We too.
Oh, so yeah, you guys did have a really nice session last week. So we're on to this week now and we're switching gears a bit.
Yeah.
Um, so today we decided to take a little step back and kind of look at what's happening right now in Trinidad and Tobago, and decided to talk about the coronavirus anxiety, the coping with the stress and the fears and the worries that we are having at this time, because we all know what's happening here. We all
And
seeing the
we're
numbers.
lucky to have our therapist with us.
Yes. Yes, we are. But we're seeing the numbers. We are experiencing a lockdown currently until July 4th, I believe. And things are happening with people. It's a frightening time, of course. Um, just to remind everybody, we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? A worldwide pandemic. And there are some places that are shut down just like us, partially shut down. Some people struggling to open, and there are other countries that are open and moving forward. Some of us are in areas where the infection is getting worse. Even countries are getting worse right now. We're all watching and just looking, and some of us are bracing really and truly for what's to come. And we're all watching the headlines and watching the news conferences that we have every week. And I don't know about you, Sheree. So for me, it's like, when is this going to end?
Yeah, it's really it's on one hand I'm kind of because I feel like we've been through this exact same thing last year. So on one
Mhm.
hand, I can definitely feel that the anxiety is less, but on the other hand, it's never been this bad. So it's really something that has me but I am definitely calmer than I was last year. I have
Mhm.
to say.
So we'll talk about that
I
a bit.
have to say.
What's been working out for you in regards to
Yeah.
the difference between, that calming, more calmer, I guess, in this round, I suppose. But I think definitely because we've been experiencing this for a year and there's been a shift in regards to how our numbers have been growing. I think there's still a level of uncertainty surrounding the virus, which I think is still very hard for us to deal with. Because in reality, we still don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how long we're going to be impacted for. We don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know the
You know,
extent
the
of the
cases are going to
impact.
continue to rise.
No, we don't know
Yes.
if it's gonna get bad,
Mm-hmm.
more, or it's just gonna calm down. Hopefully, by the end of the lockdown, and everybody follows accordingly. There's a lot of things happening, and it makes it so easy to spiral out in your mind to what's going on, and the things that the overwhelming feeling of, I guess, dread, the negative panic, just that overwhelming feeling, a sense of this is something really beyond my control. But there are many things we could do, I suppose, in regards to good afternoon, Mary.
Yes.
I'll tell you hi. But there are many things you could do in the face of this, I think, unique crisis, I suppose, to manage anxieties and fears. Um, So first, before we get into really a little bit of the coping, just talk about what anxiety is. So anxiety is our natural, hear me, natural response to stress, right? So anxiety, feeling a little bit of the anxiousness, the nervousness is quite normal. It is our feeling of fear or apprehension of what's to come, right? So again, you may feel nervous, restless. Even sometimes, the breathing might kind of be a little tough. You might have trouble concentrating or thinking. Not necessarily meaning you have a anxiety disorder. Just I'm talking about just the general feelings of anxiety today. If it's a disorder, by the way, it goes excessively. It's really you feel a disproportionate level of the anxiety, and it really affects your impairment, meaning that the impairment of school work, you can't do those things, you can't do your basic function. But for today's sake, I'm just talking about regular anxiety, no disorders here, just the feelings of a little bit panic, a little bit of this thing that might just be coming, over you.
Feeling you get about 5 o'clock every evening.
basically, so I mean, based on that, knowing that is our natural response to this stress right now, I know for me, when I feel anxious, especially during this time, I think it's the first time I actually started to experience a little bit of this anxiety. I mean, it's always, be honest with you all, you always see it in sessions or you see it with your clients, but when you actually go through it yourself, you're like, wow, this is something else.
Yeah.
I actually had a deeper appreciation for what my clients made me experiencing. But last year, I know I had that overwhelming sense where I felt like I was out of control. I couldn't control this. And I know at one point when it first occurred, when we went into the initial lockdown, is when I noticed what was happening with me. So when I kept watching the news, I couldn't breathe. Like I literally had to keep doing this to calm down. And I was like, what is going on? Is this anxiety I'm feeling? And it went on for a while. So I know that was like one of my anxiety, kind of anxious feelings, how it manifested, I suppose. So breathing was one for me. I don't know if you have any experiences yourself in regards to that anxious feeling, that nervousness, that, I don't know what you experience. What do you experience?
A lot of things, Crystal. A lot of things over the year. And even for me back then, I would feel my whole mood would change. To see the news, to see the numbers, I would feel and literally experience just kind of this. It was a very, very heavy feeling.
Right.
And to be conscious of it, it was so immense that I was conscious of it. I would feel, and I remember at one time, my dad was here, and I came inside, and of course, you check your phone and you see the figures, and I went back outside, and of course, you go and you announce what these are the figures.
Right.
And he had to tell me, well, you have to get so and so because
really? Oh, yeah. Okay.
And that really, it really. I had to. I was like, how am I? And I took stock of how I was, and I was. It was really extreme,
Yeah.
It's a daily thing, having to see. And when the cases are continually going up, you feel this lack of hope. It's like, what's really happening?
Yeah. I think you're right. I'm trying to track back because, well, for some of you who would have known, I was still locked up abroad, but I was abroad. I was stuck abroad. So I feel like I'm going through this twice. So I had that experience, and then when I came back here, I was actually okay because the numbers weren't so bad. At least when I came back late last year. But with the rise, I realized that I started to feel the same kind of anxious feeling, but when I was sleeping. So I would get up and feel like my chest, just feeling this tingly butterflies, right here constantly, and it will wake me up. So, those type of things have, been happening with me as well. And as you say, you know, there's people who will notice around you too what's happening, who could point out. I remember when with the whole breathing thing, you know, my husband was like, "What's happening?" And I was like, "I need a woman. I think
Yeah.
something's happening. I think that I'm having a little anxiety here and I need to kind of step away." So it's really kind of understanding the anxiety and your response to what's happening and to acknowledge and to recognize what's going on with your body. So you know how to deal with it and how to cope and the severity of it. Is it persistent? Is it something that's just happening when the news come on? Like that's what I was saying. For me, it was when the news came on, when the broadcast came on, I would start getting that feeling again. Um, so you know, it's good to know what's happening with your body's natural response to things, you know, especially right now as we go through the spike.
And I
I
guess what
believe the
we
spike.
yeah.
Yeah, because at least from what I've observed globally, you know, everybody's going through a spike and then after you plateau a bit. So we're hoping that, you know, we go through the same experience as well and we're able to see some light at the end of the tunnel, I believe. So what have you done to cope? You said that how you were calmer now than then when it first happened. What was the difference you experienced in regards to that, or what you think happened differently?
I think last year I just allowed myself to really get very caught up in it because it was so
Mm-hmm.
new, and it was just also new. We had no idea what. Similarly now, but now we kind of hope. Okay, see now it went down. Now we look
Mm-hmm.
towards it going down. So when I was going through that, we didn't know what was going to happen. So now
Mm-hmm.
I just genuinely I try to have more structure.
Mm-hmm. Not
Hi.
saying hi.
Is that our friend Joseph from the last
I
time?
think so. I believe
Oh,
so.
how cool that
Welcome
someone
back.
joined us again. Yes. Um,
The
so
structure.
structure helped me because even just waking up, not oversleeping, getting up at a certain time. I would take in the mass, try to really get that grounding.
Mm-hmm.
Put aside prayer time.
Mm-hmm.
So you start the day on a right note. I found that helped, and just not doing things all over the place. Just okay, I'm gonna
Right.
prepare lunch at this time, do my work at this time.
Mm-hmm.
I find structure is what helped me to be a bit calmer,
Right.
you know,
So,
and not
go
just
ahead.
not consumed with it.
Right. So
So
definitely, I think one of the key things in regards to coping, and I think I've said it before, but in any regard, is to really keep that routine,
yeah,
some type of routine, as you said, a structured routine to kind of help you go throughout your day,
mm-hmm.
which is important because it still gives you some sense of control over what's happening with you. It gives you a sense of normalcy a bit, some sense of it,
Sense.
because sometimes. So I guess that is actually one coping tip in regards to like really focusing on what you can control really
Yeah,
and truly. Um, because there's so many things we can't control how high the numbers are going right now. And it's a hard thing to accept. And some people might be, I know there are people who search in the net, you know, I know with the vaccines now people are overload on, you know,
yeah.
what's good and what's not good. So there's a lot of things happening that we really don't have many
You
answers
could get
for,
caught up on
technically.
that internet. I was
Right.
like that too. It's like I'm some kind of Google doctor. Every minute I'm searching this, I'm searching that. What is this? What are the first how many
Yes.
days before you get exposed?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the number of times I must have
Mhm.
checked
Yeah.
that timeline and
Yeah, I'm guilty of it as well because
yeah,
I have three little ones and somebody was getting sick. And I'm like, but you're not really out. And when
yeah,
somebody had a fever, I'm like, I just said you go back. What are these symptoms of COVID?
yes,
What's the
yeah,
timeline and stuff like that? And you have a little moment of a little sheer panic, I suppose,
yeah.
but really trying to not, as you said, which I'm happy to hear, not get caught up too much on that fear of what else is going on and what we can't control, but shift your focus on what you can control. So this is really important to really get your mind, I guess, mindset on, which is just, you know, what you can do. You stick to your routine, and if you have to go out, you know, you follow the rules, which is what we could
Exactly.
You wash your hands. You avoid touching your face. You stay home as much as possible right
Your
now. If
hand
you
over your nose.
over your nose,
Something
not
we take for
underneath,
granted, right? Yeah.
right? Only do the essentials, especially if you are allowed to work at home at this time. Don't go out unnecessarily. But if you do have to go out, walk with your sanitizer. I have it in my car. I have it in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I have it in my bag, in my car as soon as I walk through the house. So everything is designated. And make sure that, if you're going to groceries, do the simple things, the social distance. And another thing I want to tell people in regards to focusing on what you can control is that even if you like say go out or you may not feel comfortable at this time to even go outside, please take your time with it. Don't feel forced or rushed. Please take your time to do your own coping mechanism, your own routines, things to kind of get you into just a better mood, to feel like if you could move out, to go out and do the basics, and then you go, or have somebody go with you, or have some strategies in place. If somebody could go to the grocery this time and it's one person and you go the next, you could rotate it a bit. I know, like, I will do the groceries and my husband won't,
Yeah.
right? So
See,
it's
but
just
it's the
like
opposite in this house.
so it's just like one person at a time, and we really don't take the children out to those areas at all, if it's anything. So definitely focus on what you can control. Another coping mechanism is staying informed, but not overly obsessing over what the news has to offer, because um I know for some people and myself, I don't necessarily always watch the press conferences all
Uh-huh.
the time. I usually wait for when I get the little, everybody have your WhatsApp forwards with the numbers and
Yeah.
what's the new restrictions. I wait for that. It's easier for me. Um, so I'm staying informed, but I'm also limiting as well how much I watch. So that's pretty helpful. And stick to trustworthy resources at this time. Stick to what we have at the news, the WHO, the CDC, if you want to be informed.
I found
Um,
that was helpful for me as well. Because,
mhm.
it's like every other day or so, and you're just there, and it's really consuming, and you don't
Mhm.
realize how it affects you.
Right, right. And then too, it could be affecting you in so many ways, as you said, and you're not realizing every day that passes is getting to you more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're on this lockdown, the continued lockdown, we're still physically isolated. So another coping mechanism is still to stay connected. Sorry, not take, stay connected even when you're physically isolated. So I know that may be difficult for some, because some of us, well, we're social beings. We like to go out, and even if, you used to like to go, I was getting a little kick out of it. I started going in the savannah before the lockdown. I was like, oh, let me get
Oh,
some air. Let
yeah.
me do
You got
some,
that
you
touch
know,
yet, right?
yeah, I was only able to go around the savannah twice. And then the lockdown happened. But still, you need to try and stay connected with people, your body, yourself, as much as you can. Because isolation won't help in regards to the anxiety or even depression. It'll feed off of it, so it'll make you feel worse in regards to the fear and the stress and the worry. So stay connected could also mean to um making sure you call in. We have technology. We check on each other, we FaceTime, we WhatsApp, we have Zoom, we have Teams, we have Google Meets, we have all types of forums now where you could meet. The other day, I don't know, well, Shiri said we said we have to do a kind of face-to-face kind of what, a
Yeah.
drinks night, maybe.
Yes.
To meet, drink some wine or something, maybe just to connect.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's so tough. The other day, this classic. My granny called me on WhatsApp video. Isn't that funny? I was just like, this is really where we reach now, that granny is calling. But this is how
Mm-hmm.
we have to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
My dad calls me on video. I call to check on my niece and my nephew. We have to try to
Yeah.
connect as best as we can, because we can't
Yeah.
be
And the thing is, you don't have to
is
limit still the conversations and the fun parts of the conversation. The other night, my husband had, well, it didn't start it off like that, but it ended up being four of them, like at 10 in the night, having a Friday night kind of line, but on the phone.
Yeah.
But, I heard laughing. I heard, they were doing their boys thing. I was not trying to
Yeah.
match it. But they were connecting. It was still important, to have that experience. So we could still do that. We could still have the social media could still be the perk here in regards to a powerful tool in regards to connecting as well. Best to search for the cause and symptoms. What did you mean by that, Joseph? Um, yeah, tell me what you meant
Maybe
by
he
that.
means like, the old time way. If you have a sore throat or something, you Google what that is.
Right.
And it's not
Yes.
necessarily it being COVID, 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 COVID.
Right.
Because a lot of
Right.
times, well, you would know last week your kids weren't well, and it was not.
No, it was not. Yeah.
Automatically, you just, oh my gosh. Could this
Yes.
be it? Could this be it? Yeah.
Because you're praying and hoping it's not you. I
Yes.
guess at the end of the day, and because we are seeing what's happening, you just go into automatic. So yes, Joseph, it is best to really search and do your proper research on reliable websites and sources. We get it right. To really know what's happening, and even that I think you could even call like your doctors and stuff just to make sure. I think I know people call their own GPs and stuff just to double check if anything's, or pediatricians or whatever. I know I do that sometimes as well. Another way, before I know time is running out, but another coping. Oh, Sharice there? You here? Hello.
I'm here.
Okay. So another way which is important too in regards to taking care of yourself in regards to coping is your own mind and your spirit and your body right now. So, I think I've been telling a lot of people recently, just be kind to yourself. The reality of the situation is this is what it is. So, have realistic
By no means
expectations.
easy. It's fine.
Right. So, it's hard. Acknowledge that it's hard. Acknowledge your feelings and stuff like that. And be kind. Be compassionate towards yourself and even others in your family or whatever's going on. That we're all doing the best that we can, right? You mentioned, having a routine, doing as best as you can to stick to a routine, even if you're stuck at home. You make your breakfast, you get up. I know a big thing with me, with lockdown is like when I get up during the day, if I'm home, I still get up and I put on my clothes. I mean, I'm in my home clothes, but I put on my earrings. I don't know what it is, but my earrings that I put on my earrings. Something about putting on earrings and making me feel like if I'm still doing something, I'm, getting dressed and,
It's a bit
I'm
of
just,
normalcy. This is what
yeah,
yeah.
I'm, to be a little fashionable home. So I put on
Yeah.
my earrings and home clothes. It's something, that's something I do as well. So still try to maintain those things, I know I have a lot of clients say, they love to exercise outside, as I told you all I was going around in Savannah, but still find ways if you can at home. I know I'm the worst in regards to discipline, but I am trying my best as well to. My husband pulled out the boxing bag yesterday, so he's boxing and my daughter's boxing and we have the yoga mats. So we're trying, as best as we can to stay active at home. I'm taking playing as an activity as exercising. But half the time I'm running somebody down.
Running
So
out. Yes.
right. So even simple things like that, you could kind of, work in regards to taking care of your body and your
And it's
spirit.
family time too, so it's a
Family
double.
time, yes. Movie night. We've been having a lot of movie nights on the weekends. It's simple things like that. Even even trying to cook. I don't know. Cooking is very therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
So it
Well, not the
helps.
bacon. Last year I got caught up in bacon, and when I tell you the pounds, whew, because I would end up eating all of it. The cakes, the brownies, the cookies, and I found it to be so relaxing. But this round, no, not again.
But that might be some stress eating.
Yes.
But at least you were able to kind of, identify that then and be able to kind of deal with it now. So you know how to kind of balance it. But I love cooking and it's helpful, I guess, because they're getting their food. But I try to do kind of experiments now that we're home,
Yes,
get
you're
back
really
into
good
that
at that
home.
experimenting thing. You always give me little tips.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling with the cooking, and now that we have no choice, oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
that does not feel like being kind to myself for me. Cooking is not
I go on Pinterest if you're interested in on Pinterest, and there's so many things available online. I have to be in a state of mind to cook.
yeah,
I guess
me too,
so.
me too, me
You are
too.
sure shit. I have three babies, they need to be fed all the time. But you know, you try to make the mundane things kind of work and try to make it exciting as well. The last thing I would say in regards to coupons, I know we covered several things and we've been having a nice discussion, but I think one of the last things I want to mention is actually helping others. You know, it could actually make you feel better. You know, in times like this
Mhm.
where, Trisha and I, we talked about people losing their jobs at this time. The restaurant business
Yeah.
is closed,
Oh my,
malls are closed. There are a lot of people who don't have a job right now. I agree, and some people may not have a means of a salary. So, I'm not saying that, you have to give money, but maybe if you have like an extra dish you want to just make, even like it's an extra little macaroni pie, and you drop it for your neighbors safely, sanitize, whatever you have to do, drop it here if you don't want to make any contact. Helping others at this time was actually really good for your own mind and soul right now.
yeah. We have to be a
Um,
lot more conscious of others too, because we could be in the same
correct.
room and not even realizing that the person right next door, the person right next down the street, a relative
Hmm.
even, is
Hmm.
super struggling. So
Yeah.
that
And
that,
even
that
reach
comes
out
with
to, I
connecting
think,
and
yeah, and even reach out if you don't even know, but you want to donate, call around. Call around your parishes, your churches as well, just see if they know any families that are in need right now.
I
And
heard
just
a
see
really
how
good
it.
initiative on the radio yesterday where they said
Mm-hmm.
help feed a family for 2 weeks, help feed two
Okay, there you
families
go.
for 2 weeks, and it
Mm-hmm.
you contact them through catholictg.org. And
Okay,
so
so there you go.
they gave the prices and everything. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
$200. So one family, $400.
Oh,
Simple things like
wow.
that, you
Yeah.
know.
So there's things
Um,
available out there to help
yeah,
donate as well. I know Living Waters take donations, I believe,
yeah.
as well. So there are a lot of organizations who are actually doing that as well to help others. So if you could only do so much, do that. Um, it will help. But not only just giving now, in regards to helping others, what's also helpful is just being an influence, a calming influence. It's really important at this time to surround yourself with people who will not agitate, I guess, for I don't know, for the better words, I suppose, agitate the anxiety or just bring it out more. You want people to really, is it agitate or just, I don't know what it is. But really, you don't want people to make you panic more, right? Or, because, like, just for example, my mom, she will always show me what's happening. And sometimes I'll be like, take it down a notch. I don't want to know too much. I go when I need to go to get the information. But I know sometimes with people, Waves for Hope organization. Thank you, Joseph. So you all hear that. The Waves for Hope organization is open for donations. Thank you, Joseph, for that. Um, but yeah, the influence. So either be the influence yourself or, have people, surround yourself with positive people to help you during this time.
You have to
I know,
manage,
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah,
manage
because
the
right
group
now,
that you're in as well. Just
yes,
have, yeah,
I have a group of friends. We just literally the name of the group is called Pandemic Survivors, weirdly enough, because we're hoping to survive all this. But really and truly, it's just we share more things about the children. We put jokes up and memes. So that's our way of just kind of just doing something different and just lightening the moment, I
yeah,
suppose, and lightening the mood. Um, so definitely, I think that's important, in regards to influence. Be positive and surround yourself with positive and hopeful people at this time. And if you, as I said, if they're not positive, you be the influence then.
hmm
You know, whether it's just positive self-talk or even praying with somebody. We're talking about praying with people as well to help cope during this time. Oh, that's another one we have to talk about quickly. Church. You mentioned praying too at the beginning as well, but
yeah,
praying is also a way of coping, and attending the mass virtually if you can, when you can, and it's on
I
Facebook.
find that
And
a real godsend. That
yes,
mass
and the thing
online.
is, if you miss it by some chance because you did, you woke up late, church, whatever, it's online, so you could go online and try to cope and stream in a mass or two, pray with your family, even
We
if
do the
it's
rosary online twice a week,
yeah,
Fatima, and I find
yes,
that it's brought
Fatima
the
College,
family together, not because we
yeah,
actually come together and do it, and
yeah,
really,
yeah,
you just feel so much better.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So praying really helps, and praying with people can help too, and with your families as well, even friends. As you said, there are a
Yeah.
couple of things going online for. I know a couple of people who actually started their own groups to pray,
Yeah, me
just
too.
for themselves, for the nation, for the globe, everybody. So
Yeah.
that's also another way of coping. So, we're past
Here
time.
we are.
So
We
I hope you guys enjoyed this session. We did talk about the coronavirus anxiety and coping with the stress and the fears and stuff like that, and we gave some tips. So I hope it was helpful for you. So I think for the next few weeks we will be focusing a bit more on the mental health side of things in regards to what's currently going on. So right now we're experiencing the pandemic still, so a lot of things will kind of be geared towards that right now. So if you have anything you want to talk about in regards to what's happening, shoot us a message through and we'll be happy to talk about it and get more information for you if you like. We're always happy to kind of just share with you always the knowledge with everybody. Knowledge is power, right? So
thanks so much, Crystal,
yeah,
for
oh
your
yeah.
your expertise.
But
I keep
you
telling
do.
her it's great to have a therapist who's a friend now. I love it.
You're welcome. But I hope you guys realize too, a lot of the things that we spoke about today aren't so difficult. In my mind, there's things that you could do at home, things you could practice, and even as I think Joseph said, we're not perfect. We make a mistake, pick back up and try again, try something else that will work.
One
So
day
if
at
one
a time.
Yes, if one coping mechanism didn't work, a tip or something, you try something else. That's it. You try until you find something to suit you. Read the books, do something, go out in your garden if you have to, anything. So if this didn't work and this didn't feel effective, try something else. We are students of life. We keep trying. That's what we're doing as people, striving,
And we just have to
right?
keep our faith and know that God is in charge and He has His plan.
That's right. That's
At the
right.
end of the day, I will be all right.
It will be all right, and we will see the light at the
Yeah.
end of the tunnel, and we'll get through this better and stronger, I believe, as people. So you guys take care, continue to stay safe, follow all the protocols as we spoke about earlier, and we will see you for another exciting Topic Tuesday next week. All
Yes,
right?
stay safe, guys. Bye.
Bye.